Hey everyone, I'm going to be talking to you about the power of unstructured data powered experiences. As you know, data drives AI drives CRM, and CRM gives feedback to data. This cycle is a strong feedback loop that we can use to make our customer experiences much better. But all the data that we have been dealing with in CRM, our CRM data, the transactional data, and all of that engagement data that Data Cloud and others can actually bring together is still just 20% of all the data on the planet. Because the remaining 80% is stuck in unstructured forms, in texts, in documents, in video, in audio, and many more. With the power of LLMs, we will be able to unlock the power of this unstructured data and really bridge the gap between structured and unstructured. And we will be able to use all of that data to power your customers' experiences. But how do you lock the power of unstructured data? That's through the power of embeddings. What is an embedding? Well, if you take a simple example as cat, dog, and a wolf, if you take a dimensions of animal, they'll all be clustered together very close. Now, if you add a second dimension, like whether they are furry or not, likely the dog and wolf will be different from the cat. Or if you start putting another third dimension called pet, you're going to have different experiences. The cat and dog will be closer, where the wolf probably would not be, right? But imagine expanding this to tens, hundreds, or thousands of these dimensions. That's really what LLMs can do. They can basically take any of your thing, whether it's text, whether it's word, whether it's your question, and convert it to what we call as embeddings. And embeddings are nothing more than a huge array or a vector of floating point numbers. And you can start, once you have floating point numbers, you can start doing comparisons to see how close they are. And so if I ask a question like what's furry and can be a nice pet, guess what? Your dog and your cat is probably much closer than a wolf. That's in a simple way how we can really bring the power of unstructured data and make it something that is meaningful. All right, now let's see how you can actually use all of that power. Now, today, if you have to do all of that stuff, guess what? The left side is what you need to do. Suck all the data out of Salesforce into some lake, start doing all the analysis, start doing everything, and then create your own sort of experiences. With all the stuff, you may need to do this multiple times for kind of various kind of data and everything else. But in the end, you still are going to be challenged that you cannot use it without, you cannot bring it into your CRM or your experience. And that's kind of where Data Cloud comes in. Data Cloud comes in by being able to really bring all of that data, your CRM data, your engagement data, and all of that unstructured data, put a context around it, create a harmonized view, create the semantic indexing, but more importantly, be able to use that across your 360, in your sales, in your service, in your marketing, in your commerce, in your Tableau and analytics as well, and really supercharge your 360. And in a short way, the way it works is that either you take all your structured data, like your case and your case text information, or maybe you have knowledge files sitting outside. Maybe it's not even within Salesforce. It's sitting somewhere else on some other S3 bucket or Google or wherever else it is. It can bring all that data, create these rich semantic indexes, and then be able to simply query on top of them. Now you've seen this usual left to right slide where we do with structured data, we're able to bring it in, create harmonized index, and then do act on it. But now with also the power of unstructured data, you can now do the same by bringing the data in there, the embedded, create the semantic indexes, models, and be able to act on it everywhere else. Now, enough said, let's see the product actually in action. Now, here's Data Cloud here, and I'm running in my dev version of it. As you can see, I have a lot of data streams coming in. And if I go to the data streams tab, just like the usual, you can now bring data from any source. You can now bring all your structured data, whether it's your CRM data, your web mobile data, or your engagement data, but also bring your other data, either from S3 or Google's cloud storage, or mounted from a BigQuery or Snowflake. Now, I have all of this structured and unstructured data. Now, when you have the unstructured data, you can also now start automatically doing a semantic index. What we do is automatically create a chunk of all of them. Chunk means we just split them into multiple words, multiple paragraphs rather, and then we are able to index upon them. Once you've indexed them, you can still simply search or query upon them. Now let's actually see how that can be used. First example I have is my case. So remember, we have taken all the case and all the knowledge articles, we have indexed them and chunked them and indexed them. So that means I can start querying. So let's assume we have a new case that came up. I can easily see if there are similar cases to that case. As you can see, I have a case here about some gift card not working, and I have all the similar cases. Remember, because of the power of the platform, this is not just some passive button that I have introduced. I can also integrate that directly into my flow. So when a new case is created, you can actually look up all the similar cases and maybe deflect it right there as an example. Or if you want to do actually any operations on the case, you can also start searching for similar knowledge articles based on all that case data that was there. And as you can see, you have all these related knowledge articles that you can quickly use to close that case. And again, you can automate all that because it is integrated with Flow. Well, but that's not all. Remember, this is just using SQL. So now we can bring the power of all that unstructured content into our analytics domain as well. Here I'm searching for a text called Analyze from Data Cloud. And as you can see here, we are able to get all the relevant articles from the knowledge articles. We're able to actually plot them. And as you can see, these articles are much more closer and these are very far away from it. You can start quickly now analyzing, clustering all your knowledge articles and seeing which knowledge articles are saying same data, similar information, but different values. Or you can also look at cases and you can start actioning which cases are closed and which knowledge article actually helped them close that data. But that's not all as well. You can also use all of that information in your prompts as well, because guess what? Your subject, your related cases can be used. So you can start generating actually useful prompt for your sales and service people. And that can be used in your co-pilots. And of course, because this is just regular SQL and SOQL, you can actually use it in your Apex and start creating new Apex code as well on this particular data. Now, another interesting thing we have is that you can also use it because of our power of our prompt studio. These things can also be used in your description generation. So if I have a new person that says returned an item but was not credited to your statement, we can actually easily generate a description for it. And as you can see that we are able to get all the similar cases, generate a description, and simply just use it automatically to actually create a full description for that case and just save it automatically. And finally, we have also indexed all the transcripts, and you can start asking questions about it. For example, we recently indexed all our chat transcripts and Google transcripts in the AI offsite we did. And I'm able to ask questions around what did David say in the AI offsite? And we're able to, again, answer it very easily here in the question. Let's try what did David say about AI? And you will see that the transcript, that it's able to come back with an answer about David said so many things about AI. As you can see, he discussed the third major transformation of AI and how this is all integrated and what are the challenges and what should we be working on. Last but not the least, all of this can be integrated and be into our service intelligence offering, so we can actually start doing data mining, case mining, relate them to all that unstructured data that is out there, and be able to understand holistically, not just your structured data, not just your engagement data, but all the data into your enterprise. Thank you.